Alright, so 31 looks like it has a similar problem that we just saw in 33, and that I don't like that some of this stuff is sines and some of this stuff is cosines. So if I could easily change one of these, then I will. And so if our first Pythagorean theorem says sine squared plus cosine squared is 1, then that means sine squared is 1 minus cosine squared. So in place of this, I can put 1 minus cosine squared. And that's an improvement because now it's all in cosines. So I could distribute the 2. And now this is kind of like a quadratic because we've got the biggest exponents of 2 here. So, I don't know, maybe add this over, leave this here, subtract this over, so that'd be plus 0. Because in a quadratic you want it all on one side set equal to 0, because then that gives you options, and usually factoring is the option that you're going to be interested in. Because now I've got this factor times that factor equals 0, so I can just set this one equal to 0 and solve, and this one equal to 0 and solve. And then this gives me a couple spots for answers, and that gives me a couple spots for answers. And this was number 31. So the direction said just list out the answers between 0 and 2 pi. So we've got pi over 2, we've got 2 pi over 3, we've got 4 pi over 3 here, and 3 pi over 2. And if you guys remember, the first couple homework questions were just about checking your answer. So if this was like a quiz question, and you know I've done like 6 steps, you know, that's more likely I've made a careless mistake. So remember that you could always plug in pi over 2, make sure that it works for this, plug in 2 pi over 3, make sure that it works. You know, I know you don't want to do that for every homework question, but on a quiz or a test you might if you had time, just to help you. If none of them were working, you'd say, okay, I need to spend more time on this question.